How's it going, everyone? My name is the Fiercilla, and today, well, as you can see what we have in front of us here today for this figure review, we have a new wave of Godzilla and Kong, the new Empire Playmates figures, and here with this new Ultimate Titan Battle Pack, you get a good mix of 5 different figures consisting of Godzilla Evolved, Kong with the Beast Glove, Mothra with Gia, Scar King with Whiplash, and Shimo with Frostbite Blast. So, again, Playmates has done another run through of a wave of not technically of new figures, but I guess relatively new, being in this case with Mothra being included with this wave of Godzilla and Kong, the new Empire. And with the other 4, besides Mothra, being more so either, call it if you will, repaint versions of the other figures of the 6-inch wave we already gotten to receive from Playmates. And again, pretty much with similarities of what they either come with or how they're presented. So in this case here, taking a closer look, how with some standalone of the 6-inch figures, you get similar things that also come along with this Ultimate Titan Battle Pack here. And now, here we're looking at a closer look of Godzilla Evolved and Shimo. Definitely big difference in the color scheme of what they've decided to go along with here. And again, just to reiterate with Kong and Scar King, a little bit of a difference also too with the coloring that's on there as well. With Mothra, not so much of a repaint, other than just being the similar color scheme of the 6-inch standalone counterpart that would also come with a small little Gia figure, which you can also see kind of at this part here in the far right side. But now, with taking a closer look with what you get inside the box here. So again, this is what you would see in the front of it, where you have, again, Godzilla Evolved, Shimo, Kong, Scar King, and at the top, you got Mothra. And in that little tiny right hand side, in the top right there, a small Gia figure, and below Kong's left arm of the Heave vehicle or aircraft. And interestingly, that upon outside looks very unique, that they would come up with, well, a new way of repurposing these figures all together. Well, now all together, that played an important role in Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire, where again, Scar King and Shimu battling up against Godzilla and Kong, and Mothra joining in the fight later on. And just so you guys can see with what is going to appear at the bottom of the box, and if you'd like to take a moment to freeze or pause the video now, you can do so just so you can scan this barcode at your local Targets, which is where they've slowly but surely started popping up at. And again, just a little instructions that you do have some assembly required with Shimo's tail and Godzilla's tails as well. And with the backside now, again, from left to right, you have Godzilla evolved with Heat Ray, which comes in with that Heat Ray effect. Again, Kong with Beast Glove and the Heave aircraft, which again has that accessory as well. And with Mothra, you get an accessory of a small little Gia figure. And moving on to Scar King with Whiplash, which is what already comes along with the Scar King Playmates figure. And last but not least, where we have Shimo with Frostbite Blast, also another accessory, which again, I'm sure just seen with some people asking questions if either if it may or may not come with accessories. But again, if you're familiar with how their standalone 6-inch figure counterparts from Playmates, that they come along with already those accessories. But again, just might be tweaked a little bit more differently here to accommodate for what their color scheme is, or a little bit about more or less the same. But again, more so with what's really new about this is that, well, now if you haven't been able to find Mothra by herself, well, now is your chance to find her with this Playmates Ultimate Titan Battle Pack. So, I mean, you get Mothra, you get the other Titans, if you haven't already. And again, just also stating there with what kind of accessories or type of figures on the top left hand side with what's included as well, just as a reminder in case if you're uncertain if it does come with anything. And now with taking a closer look with what's inside the package here of this Ultimate Titan Battle Pack. So again, you have all these figures zip tied, strapped down into the plastic here. And again, with accessories, so you can see there on the left hand side where you see Godzilla's Heat Ray effect and Shimo's Frostbite Blast effect. And looking onto the far right side there, you will see the Heave right below where Kong's left arm is at, and just right above, in between Kong's head and Mothra's, well, looking at it here on the right side of Mothra's wing. Again, of that small little Gia figure. And now, at this point in the video, just wanted to take a moment and just to say, if you have not already done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, just so that way you are staying tuned for future videos down the road. And appreciate it if you like the video. And again, just don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now, I would say what I enjoyed the most of this battle pack is with Godzilla a little bit more accurate with the color scheme of the paint job with where Godzilla gets more magnified, yeah, magnified of power, that Godzilla becoming more evolved. And in that scene where they're about to wrap things up with that fight, and Godzilla just powers up and emits a lot of, I would say, not so much of a pinkish color, but uniqueness. Um, but yeah, that was one good highlight that I like out of all this, uh, of the Titan pack. And again, just a second ago, just again referring back to that little Gia figure, that's pretty much just taped down, so it's very small, and everything else again pretty much secured, with either those zip ties or, the other lighter plastic zip ties. I'm not too sure what those would be, but again, just keep things secured, just so that way when you again take the box out, definitely recommending, uh, scissors, just to get everything all out. But again, just take your time when unpacking and getting all of these figures, out of the plastic here. Let's see. So again, pretty much with the main four in the front here, all have their own unique paint job. But I think for me, probably the ones that stand out the most are, with Godzilla and Shimo with those unique colors. And now, taking a closer look at these figures outside of the box here. So again, just a little more of an in action look here. So again, with that atomic heat ray piece that can go into Godzilla's mouth, and likewise with Shimo's frostbite attack blast, also placed similarly with how their original, I believe was called Godzilla with heat ray, and then again, Shimo standalone with a frostbite blast. But again, those ones for the original 6-inch wave being more accurate colors to the movie. Well, kind of. Since, again, with Godzilla evolved with heat ray, it was originally more of a red color of the dorsal plates on Godzilla's back. And with Shimo, more of like a blue color with those, spines plates on her back and the back of her head as well, and the tail. Since now here it's a little bit more of a purple like color. And with Kong has a little more kind of similar with that snow version of Kong, but having more of like little patches of white on the top of Kong, and also a little bit there on the legs as well. And with Scar King with the whiplash there, again, just different colors. So, as you can see here, just again, a little more closer look at these figures. And again, plus of it, if you haven't already, with getting those original four of the four versions in their standalone, packaging, this would definitely be a plus if you haven't gotten these figures already. That again, you get them as a special colored version for, again, Kong, Godzilla, Scar King, and Shimo. And plus side of it is that you'd get Mothra and Gia included within this, pack of 5 figures from the Godzilla and Kong, the new Empire Playmates, uh, new wave that they've started rolling out. Um, and again, with Scar King, has a little more similar color to his original counter standalone figure, and then an initial wave that came out for Scar King. But with the exception of a little more of, I guess, a couple of spots there with the yellow. And one thing I did want to point out really quickly is that with the pack that I had gotten and received, upon closer look, I did notice that there was a little joint part there sticking out. So it got me curious either, there could be to where either could be broken or may not have been uh, received a good final quality check at the end of its production before being packaged. So as you can see here, it's still able to move like how it, well, as a leg should move. But again, with that little extra part of the joint there. So again, having still a normal range of motion, but because of that joint, leaving more of a gap there. But again, upon further inspection, it looked like that there was, for some odd reason, an extra joint piece or part that needs to go with the joint there to give it the range of motion. And because of that, it's left this Scar King version that I have a little bit more of a gap there than it really shouldn't have. But I'm sure with little help of a blow dryer and just compressing it down, probably more likely or so, should kind of go back into shape and not be sticking out as much. And as you can see here, with Scar King, yeah, a little bit difficulty of trying to get Scar King propped back up. So, if anything, because again, this one's a little more tricky, and I am trying to do this one-handed right now from, yeah, I'm just going to leave it there. And we'll come back to fix that in just a second. But I guess pro tip would be, try to get Scar King situated as best as possible and to get, leaned up against either another Titan or be better at standing Scar King. But now, taking a closer look at the Mothra Playmates figure, not much of a difference from if you have already received Mothra, this version, standalone, not part of the pack. Because I think even now, I think it's a little bit, my bad, Mothra. I think a little bit challenging, I'm sure, for other fans that are trying to go on the hunt for this standalone Mothra with Gia figure from Playmates. Not been as lucky to find out there, but now, again, with your chance being to where you can find Mothra along together with this Titan pack. And as you can see here with the folding of Mothra's wings, has a good range of the motions of Mothra flapping her wings, as you can move the larger part of the wings and the smaller part of the wings. But again, just be careful not to bend them too much, otherwise, again, it is plastic, so it might break. And taking a closer look at with what you have that comes along with Mothra is, of course, Gia. So again, with this little tiny version of maybe at least about an inch size, maybe less, just of a version of Gia. And that would really accommodate well if you're, looking to recreate that pyramid scene, or just in general where you have Gia and then everyone else all together with Kong and Godzilla trying to get things together to team up in this fight against Scar King and Shimo. But alrighty, everyone. yeah, so not much of a difference as far as with anything particularly new with the main four of this battle pack here, other than with, again, just a different and new color scheme for those four figures. And then again, with Mothra being pretty much about the same, not so much of a repaint, but a great addition with including everyone all together in the last act of Godzilla and Kong, the New Empire, in figure form now. And again, just to reiterate on this, with where you can find this Ultimate Titan Battle Pack, right now they are showing up in Target, so I would start now checking to see if they'll be start popping up at a local Target near you. And I believe price was around before ballpark range about $45 or so before tax for this set of 5 figure pack. And again, you can go back earlier into this video to utilize that barcode to try to see, hopefully, if it'll show you with where the nearest pack is near you. Because I know a lot of you have been asking with where I found this or how did I get it. Again, you can find it at Target for around $45. And again, hopefully they do start popping up at a Target near you, or maybe, I don't know about Walmart, but I would start looking within your local Targets first. And then again, just to be patient, because I'm sure as this has been already a little over a week already since they've been starting to show up here. But yeah, I'm gonna start wrapping things up here, as I know I've kind of talked a little bit longer than anticipated, but really do appreciate everyone staying tuned for these videos that, again, trying to work on to get myself a little bit more reorganized to uploading, and hopefully soon get back into doing some more stop motion videos. And I do have a couple of other videos already lined up, but again, just with life kind of getting busy. But definitely want to pursue with getting back into this and see where that leads. But I will surely look forward to what comes next. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you will stay tuned for the next one. And I hope you all have a good day, a good night, and just enjoy the rest of your day. All right, everyone, see you soon. Bye.